Season 2, episode 52.5, because I'm doing an afternoon stream. Because that was requested. I had three requests for it. 3 people wanted me to stream after. So here I am, streaming after. Yeah. Well, we'll see if people come forth and say hello. Hello. Hello, how are you? How are you? Yeah, bum 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 dun 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 dun. Oh, oh ho ho! See, I did it! I did it! I came back. Oh, it's cold. It's cold down here. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what kind of stuff I could work on. How's lunch? Make dev tools for yourself. Lunch was good. I had leftovers. That's generally what happens as daddy dumpster. Just ate a bunch of different leftovers. And dev tools are not good. Extra button on your choose path screen so you can force yourself to always go to the treasure room, equipment room. That's true. Yeah, so how would I do that? We would have to go see this cycle button. It goes and uses next cycle. Next cycle. So, is it here? So this is when we do it. So this is start. Next cycle. This just picks the next one in order. I don't know why it doesn't do this one. Is equal to 6, make a treasure room. If it's greater than 0, less than 0, greater than 6, we have an error, which is correct. So now we're just going to make it. Does all this. So if I click next cycle, ladder plus plus, next order. This gets called ladder plus plus. If ladder 0, yeah. Okay. And then it's like, it just goes through these. Ladder plus plus. But I'm confused. Does next cycle cause 2 things to occur? Next cycle. I don't know. That's a little odd. Well, maybe we'll add some buttons and we'll call this public void cycle item room. And we'll make another one that'll be, oops, public void cycle 3 Another one that'd be, so all this does is going to be info text. Info text is treasure room. Info dot button is loot. Must be a little bit more to that than I think. Because all I do is I have this, whenever I click it goes cycle. This one. Oops, undo that. Button press. Button press. And this choice one ladder. On button press, it does that. It goes, if it's this, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Trigger item shop. And then if I call trigger item shop, random, trigger battle, trigger item shop. Now battle, there's a little bit more to it than just triggering it. What did I miss? Yeah, I assume it's just linking a new scene, which is slightly modified duplicate of the existing one. Well, treasure room's easy. Treasure room just goes to the treasure room and it takes care of itself. The battle one I think is slightly different because I think the battle one has a pre-assigns the enemies, so it like generates the enemies. So if I go to the battle one, because that's trigger battle, but I have something before I do trigger battle. Next cycle seems to only do next cycle. I think next cycle doesn't do anything. Cycle button. Okay. What happens when we call a, this is all for healing. This is for combat, yeah. So whenever, and then choose the battle data. All the buttons in your little doorway always exist in an event pool, I assume, and it's just choose 3 of them, right? How it works is that each button is individual, and it randomly picks one of the events out of the pool. So there are 6 right now. There's 0 is just is generally only 0 is only called if you have no one in your party. This is like why the splashes are different when it's first running. 1 it generates a recruit one. 2 is a heal. 3 is a battle with enemies. 4 is supposed to be the boss battle. 5 is the shortcut or event thing. 6 is the loot. And then anything below or above those numbers is considered an error. But that's the thing with the enemy one. The enemy one takes, so you can't just make a button that is, no, I can. Yeah, that's quite literally, I would just make a button that calls, because the only 2 that need a little bit of extra work is the heal and the combat one. But something like trigger battle, trigger battle's the one, but trigger event and trigger shop, those 2 I can just use. So I actually don't even need the code I was writing, I realize now. wherever I was writing that code is actually not useful because I can just call trigger. Where was that code? Because I can literally just create 2 buttons and then I can just have them call that specific function. So yeah, this, I mean, I might keep these. I might use them for what you were saying of like a dev floor. So cycle, we won't call it cycle. We'll call it very specific. Let's call it something specific. Yeah, we'll call it developer. Developer item room. And then we'll call this one developer recruit room. So then what these will be, I'll take and do them later, but what this will be is I'll have 2 more scenes. I'll have a developer item room or developer item shop that'll have all the items, and I'll have a developer recruit room which will have all the recruits, all the possible players. And right now what I can do, and not what I was looking to do here, stop it. What I can do is I'm going to make choice this one. We'll just duplicate you. We're just going to move you over here. We're going to call you items. Excuse me. Items. Now what this one's going to do, it's going to call trigger item shop. There we go. And then we'll duplicate you again. Go to the other side. And we'll call this one. Is there another one that I really need? Not really, actually. I could make buttons for each, but then I have to do some... I'd have to do the configuration. Heal I don't care about. The battle one, kind of. Maybe I make a battle room that's always just an easy enemy. It's a little unsure how I want to do it. Well, I'll make the button, but I won't have it active. Battle, or I guess this is combat. And then we'll have this say combat. Because combat's pretty straightforward for it to spawn, but we'll move this one for now. We don't need it. Yeah, so then in theory, in Thematicals, shoot you a quick message on Discord in 2 minutes. Okay. So yeah, we pick this dude, and then if I go like this, it takes me here. Now the question is, does it retain the correct things? Cool. And I can explore the shortcut. Cool, okay, so that does that. And recruit. Get a combat. Well, stab! Ooh. So yeah, so that works. And then if I go loot, can take a sword and give this guy a sword and continue. Recruit another person. Interesting. That was an interesting recruit that we got there. Heal. Now we got a lot of people fighting. So my enemies always get to attack first. Also, I realized that if I kill this guy, he goes there. I kill him. Where is the bat? That's the issue. I know there's a bat. I know that that item is supposed to be a bat. Where the hell is the bat? It says it's right here. Is it that I have to... 3? Where the hell's this bat? Why can't I see it? I'm just gonna move it. Oh, it's dead. Oh, it's it's dead already. If I make this 5. If I make this 1. No, it's still behind my other dude. Make this -1. No. 2. No. Is this the right layer? -1. No. 10. Oh, okay, so it's like really far up. Okay, so something's a little weird about my bat. Its order of animations is wrong. Why? Why is it instantly dying? Wait a second. I think I might know why. I have an idea why my bat might be dead all the time. Yeah, that would be why. No. No, it has HP. It says 7 HP. Am I missing something that I did and the bat doesn't want to be alive? Entry, it goes to idle. So why is it dying instantly? I have no idea. I have no idea why it's dying right away. Choose you. We'll go to combat. We'll slap you. Go to another combat. We slap you. We get another person. Do another combat. Switch persons. Attack you. Do a treasure room. Get a sword. Give the sword to you. Explore a shortcut. Go like this. There we go. So we got a big combat coming. Stab. Now I know that this guy's coming up. Enemies. This dude. This dude specifically. What are we? Well, that's 0. I want to know where he is right now. He's already dead. He's dead before he comes. Why? Why? Why are you dead, sir? Why did the dead trigger occur? From any? Inspector? Yeah, it's only called on dead. So why does he spawn dead? What if I just hit idle? I want to trigger your idle. Can I not attack? No. Okay. Entry. Transition, yeah. Let's just turn this off. Animator. It's not dead. It shouldn't be dead. Why is it jumping to dead? Okay. Back to my scene. He's not animating. Why is it not animated? And why do that shouldn't do that much damage? Bats attacked us too. So why did that guy die? Something happened that doesn't make sense. He shouldn't have gotten killed. I attacked. Interesting. Something's wrong with my bat. I don't know why. I don't know why my bat's all messed up. I don't know why my bat's messed up. Also, I have to quickly go to the bathroom. So we will put this, and well, I guess I can play some music for now, I guess. Play this. Whoops. I did that wrong. I did that wrong.
Back against the door, didn't say something wrong and everything's right. You drag me into your room, your dress on the floor, I'm losing my mind. You arms around my neck and your kiss feels too deep.
Boom. Back. Oh yes, this is some. So okay, so let's. I'm trying to think. What's the best point to set a couple other things? I think speedrun could set a world record there. I just went pee. My bathroom's like right around the corner. Yes, of course I did. Even though I don't have to touch anything to go pee because I'm a man. Sorry. I sent you a snapshot on Discord of 2 possible ways you could do encounter dab button. Battle. What's the difference between a green and a blue button? It's easy, normal, fatal, test player, death. And then option 2 is you click on the button, takes you to the new screen with multiple battle options to test against multiple scenarios. Yeah, I think having another scene is probably what I would do better. Yeah, no, I think if I were to do it, I'd do it I would have like it would be the same battle scene, but the only difference is that I would get to pick, like I'd have buttons to be like what enemies I'm facing. And the dev treasure room is just literally just gonna have all the items. It's gonna be like, how many items do I have in my available, and it just lets me have all of them and pick it. And then recruit one, same thing. It'll just spawn them all. I don't know, maybe I'll have, I think I have something like that I built for spawning heroes where it spawns and then just creates another copy of it. Next, 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 and then you can just like scroll. Or I make a bunch of buttons, a bunch of items, but the items would be very small. Actually, I already can do that. I have that, because you can set, what's it called? Grids. I just make I myself a button, and I just make a bunch of buttons like that. But the big one is that I'm trying to think. Well, the thing. Oh, actually, no. You know what I need to do? Now that I have this happening, so we need to do some things here. Yeah, this, but I have to have a thing where. Actually, I should check what items I have right now. That's a little more important. And then I can set my stuff for their effects. Okay. So this one. I might have to add something extra in here. So this gives you mana. It's not super important to the idea though, since I was mostly trying to pitch you 2 easy ways to quickly load up an encounter. Since you were commenting you weren't sure how you were going to do that. No, I know how I'd want to do it. But right now I also have a few other things that I gotta figure out. So the one thing is encounter scaling. That's one. And that kind of has, I almost feel like I have to set my enemies up either in like, I want to say like strength brackets. So like easy, medium, hard. And then the first couple floors, it's like all easy enemies. And then it's just like increasing the number. So it's like the first one's like 1 easy enemy, then 2 easy enemies, then 3 easy enemies, then 4 easy enemies. Then it goes maybe your first like medium enemy. So it's like a little bit of weird stuff with that. It's all playtest. Because like right now everything's kind of, it randomly picks, but I really wanted to have a little bit more of a procedural control. That's what I'm thinking. So that I have a way to kind of adjust what is coming and going. So like a difficulty script or something. Something like that. Some sort of way to scale it. Because right now there's a very little scale that I have. It pretty much won't give you any of the hard enemies until you're on the 4th floor. So when I go low ladder data or whatever. So yeah, so here, see I have a thing that's, it's literally saying that I have a to do here and a to do here. But right now it's like number of enemies is only 1. That's the other thing I have to do. So right now it's fixed. So if the number of enemies is 1, it's always going to be a slime. And it's always going to be taking from the order, which I don't want that to be. I want that to change Also, I have to add a thing that increases the enemy's overall stats based also on where you are. So like a slime on the first floor is going to... Ooh, you know what I just realized? So if a room's difficulty value ranges from 1 to 5 and a slime has a value of 2, the room could either have 1 slime or 2 slimes in it. Yeah, and I think that's actually really... What you just say there is give rooms a range. Because then, let's say a skeleton is valued at like a 5, then a room that is scaled for 1 to 5 might only have one skeleton. Could only have one skeleton and nothing else, or it could have 2 slimes because 2 is 4 and it's still within that range. 1 to 4, 1 to 5. I like that. I like that idea that rooms can have a range. Wouldn't you need to apply like a percentage to the difficulty value range though, considering a level? Because what if we get a slime at higher room? Well, that's the thing. So what I would have to do is I'd have to have 2 things in place. Higher room would have low... Higher room wouldn't have a low difficulty like a 1 to 500. It would have like a... So I'd need a base... yeah, monsters would have... You wouldn't see a slime unless I make a variant slime. That's the other thing, is like I would like to have variants of things, and that variants would be higher level, just base. So you're not seeing like a fire slime at like the first floor, because it would have resistance to fire, which I guess would be moot because you wouldn't have fire attacks unless I made a person who has innate fire abilities. But whatever, besides the point. They would just have higher numbers. So yeah, I think I like this idea of giving a... Because, yeah, the idea would work. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that, it's fine. The idea would work, something like this. It would have a range. So let's say the range is like 1 to 10 for like a certain... Oh, sorry. 1 to 10, right? It would generate monsters that have to be less than 10 in their like power level, and it would do a cycle. So it'd be like, okay, I pick a number between 1 and 10. I picked a 3. Now its next generation has to be between still 1 and 10. Actually, no, it'd have to be between 1 and 7. And then it could pick like a 5. And 5, that is, what? 7? No, that's 8. And then the last one would be a range between 1 and 2. And then this could be a 1. And then it'd be done. Because then you'd have... Or it could be 1-1, depending on how many enemies capped it is. Though I don't think there's anything wrong with here's a preset combo of interesting enemies that work together and just saving them as a list of encounters. Yes, that's another thing I was thinking about, because I want some... For certain things, I feel like... I like the idea of preset ones for teaching purposes. Introduce the player to some sort of synergy that the enemy might have. Kind of how you get fun. Like 3 slimes and 1 super slime, or something like that. Does the combo give the enemies more chance to attack? Oh, what? Does the combos give the enemy more chance to attack you before your turn? No, so how it works is everyone has a speed value, and when the combat starts, the highest speed value that is active gets to go first, and then that's it. There's no other... It doesn't use the speed value again. Event number 6 I wrote for you includes red and blue slimes. That's synergy. Yeah, red and blue slime. Oh god, yeah. Please don't use any form of RNG in a... Yeah, no. The idea is that... I don't know if I'm going to have a tutorial, But I think I might make the first, like a set of encounters before. So it's like the first floor, you don't have to worry. It's like, it's really easy. Anyone pressing buttons will figure it out. The second floor would be where maybe I introduce maybe the first synergy. So like after you finish whatever floor 1 to 5, when you go to floor 6, the enemy will always be a certain thing. I'll also probably have a check in the game save file itself that have you encountered this like thing before. Once you've encountered the like tutorial combo, then it goes to a random generation. But if you've never encountered that like combination, I want it to be like not vicious, if that makes sense. Like not getting like, oh, I got up. I'm trying to think of a combo that would be really good. Something that has like a passive ability for the rest of the monsters, and it's like hidden behind a bunch of really strong defensive things. So let's say you have like, I don't know, a mage that adds like, that's a healer, right? You got a healer at the back of the line. 4. So you got like a healer at the back line that's passively healing everyone else, and then you just have like tanky type, tanks that are in front of it. So it's like you're doing damage to these, but they're always going to be healing passively because of the last guy. So that's something I wouldn't want a player to come across like off the bat. It would be more like you have one, not even a tank. You would just have like maybe a tank, maybe one like low level tank and a healer, and those are the only 2 enemies you have in the encounter. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's like I gotta figure out a way to either use a push or a pull ability to like bring that enemy to the front or to the back. Yeah, but I'm trying to think, how do I want to do? I need to do both. I actually have to do both. I have to have fixed combinations for teaching purposes, and I have to have a little bit of fixed procedural random. That's definitely what I have to have. Okay, because right now it's not overly complicated. I do have to fix one other thing. Set the room to a type to set number based on floor and or event triggers. Every X floors is a boss room. Yeah, that has to be higher. This is going to be like every 10 floors because my boss rooms are like quite strong. Actually, how many floors do you go through and slay the spider before you fight a boss? I think it's a fair bit. You usually encounter a reset on no. Encounter corrupt act 4. No, that's not what I want. I want to just know like it's probably like in Hades it's 10, but Hades floors are pretty fast. Yeah. I think 10's a fair number. But the thing is, I think I have to make it. So 1, right now I generate a lot of bonus, like a lot of helpful things. I need to have a lot less helpful things that happen because I get heals and recruits very regularly. I don't think I need that much. It's 5 to 15, but it's supposed to be resource grind each run. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's a risk reward with Darkest Dungeon. You can either like spend more time and like get beaten up, which I was thinking too. I was thinking about that too, where it's like maybe because right now anything you pick increases the floor, but maybe I should make a secondary. Giving the player opportunity to fail is always good, especially in a roguelike. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about valuing floors differently. So right now, anything you pick, the floor goes up. You get a treasure, the floor goes up. You heal, the floor goes up. So instead, what I was thinking about is maybe I put it as that there's like The difficulty will go up for everything you pick. And I need to specify because you're Jamal. Giving the players the opportunity to fail is always a good. Not mean make the player fail or make it super hard for the player and counter their build. No. I'm not thinking about that. I just don't want them to like get to a boss too quickly. In the sense that if you do a run of just like taking the free things and avoiding combat. Yeah, healing right now. Any choice you make increases the floor. Healing's a room. Yeah, no, it shouldn't be. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to make combat an actual floor increase and an event, because bad things can happen during an event. Does it? I thought there were set areas where you like your reward healing comes at the cost of no loot items / XP. No, Hades has RNG healing floors that can appear mid-run. Oh, okay. They eat up one of the floors with enemies / god buffs. Ooh, see, maybe that's how I have to figure it out. Maybe that's how I have to figure it out. But the thing is, in Hades, you don't know it's going to be a heal. Like, is it a choice to go to a healing room, or is it just you get to a floor and it's like, oh, this is a healing room or a buff? I'm pretty sure you know because you always pick the door in Hades, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's the thing. It's like I either... So the other thing I was thinking... So we go back to here. The thing is, what I've been thinking was maybe I don't tie my what's going on? Object trying to be loaded during... I don't know what that was saying. But like... Okay, you choose here. Now we're on the first floor. Instead of a heal being I'm thinking I might pull heal and recruit out of the rotation and only have events. So then, in the event, so like this, in the event, this is where it gives you the chance to either get a heal or a recruit. Like navigating a maze. Can I make a penalty that the party has redo the floor instead of increasing the floor count? Oh yeah, you can even make it so that if it's like a bad penalty, they can drop a couple floors. I think the whole game should probably be events. Yeah, I think I don't want to make everything. I think event, and because if I make everything event, then there's really no choice. But if I make event combat and then sprinkle in with like maybe a set sprinkle of like good bonuses, like 100% it is a good thing to get, because an event can be a bad thing and a combat, well, it's combat. But kind of in the same way, when you long rest in the middle of a dungeon, you risk a random ambush night encounter. I should specify I still have no idea what you mean by event. Oh, okay. So event's this thing, the shortcut. So if I go to the shortcut, it gives you this. Well, right now this is the only way that it works. But this one is this one's just like an escape thing. Yeah, right? Yeah, this is like it's like a dangerous situation where you have to get out. But I have another one that is like, oh, you found a place to rest. And you have to pick one person to stand guard. And if they don't pass the check, then there's an ambush. If they pass the check, your team gets a heal because they got a rest and they slept. So yeah, I think that's probably a better way to do it. And then the idea is that after maybe like X combats or like harder combats, the choices will be like all possible good. So like a treasure room, a recruit choice, or a heal. So like after maybe actually after a boss. Because I think that way it's like, okay, your reward, you've won a fight, or you've beat a boss, or maybe not a boss. Let's say an elite. I should probably have elites, something in between a boss battle, because the boss battle is like a raid, right? Or a grind. What do you want to call it? Ethereal, have you seen my boss level? My boss floor? Yeah, the boss floor is the waves. That's the gauntlet. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. This is what a boss floor is going to be. Like a chain encounter in the same, at least, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, it's like a chain encounter. So you'd have to fight all these, you beat them, you move on to the next group in the chain, you beat them. So there's no healing. Boss room, I didn't know you had one. Oh, fully built. No, not yet. It's getting there. It's going to be its own separate thing. But yeah, once you get to the boss room, it's a wave. You fight waves and waves of enemies. Now, the thing is, as you fight waves of enemies, there's going to be a boss, like, countdown up here. And the boss is going to fling different abilities at you. Like, its countdown's based on how many turns have passed. But pretty much it could either buff one of its minions. It can heal one of its minions. Or it can do a little bit of a little bit of damage to you. I haven't picked up what its all ability. Extreme mode. Yeah. So the big reason why is that you don't, because things carry over. So if like your team's adding buffs to yourself, it's like you need to push forward. You don't want someone to just sit there and like, the idea is that a player can't sit and like, if they have a passive healer and a really strong defensive line, just chip away slowly and beat the monsters so that they get to the boss at full health. This is a way to not force, but like encourage or kind of push them that they need to get to the boss quickly, or they'll be like not severe losses. I don't want to make the boss abilities too ridiculous. And then you get to the boss where it zooms out and you fight the big guy. Hey! Guten Tag. But yeah. NGL, I feel like that should be a legit strategy, and you should just have certain attacks / monsters that are good against that kind of strategy. But the thing is, I don't... Okay, so, cool. Let's say I make it a legit strategy that someone can do the, like, healing buff defense thing. Unless I make it so that it kind of can detect that. Well, I guess I don't have to make it detect it. I just have to pick... Because I guess I kind of have that built in. Because my cats are like my piercing. My cats are like my piercing type. So they're like good. That's you being evil. No. I need to encourage the difficulty a little bit. Probably not on the first run. That could be in the shadow run. You don't need to know what the player are doing. I can only try to counterplay them again. Which is what you always do. I'm trying to massage the difficulty. But I think I need to focus, maybe create 3, or that's why I need playtesting. I need to like set this all up, I need to playtest it, and then when I see the optimal strategies come out, I need to not... I need to then develop counters that aren't guaranteed that they'll show up, but they can be a thing that shows up. But yeah. Pre-alpha? No, this is gonna be close. This is trying to get to combat, like the combat beta. I was supposed to have this up, like I was supposed to have this as a open beta on Steam right now, but I'm a bit behind. I mean, combat stuff, item stuff, working. I gotta finish the boss logic, and I gotta finish the enemy logic and leveling. I have to get the leveling to work right. Well, no. Your stat leveling works right. Your movability stuff isn't fully functional. It's sort of functional. So, but yeah, that was that. Let's go back to where it was, what I was working on. I was working on setting up... I need to use a battle scene. I need to, on the battle scene, when we start the battle and we summon everything, we need to also take into consideration items. Oh shoot, how am I doing that? Am I still cloning? Oh crap, if I'm cloning I have to change it. Let me check that. Oops, not what I wanted to do. I didn't change scenes. Okay, let's see. Okay, pick someone else, go to combat. Am I using cloning? Yes, I'm using cloning, but the problem is the clone. Okay, let's see if I can get an item and see if the clone retains item data. If it does, then I'm in perfect loot right off the bat. We'll take a sword. We'll slap the sword on... Ooh, we'll give it on Nico Blaze. Nico Blaze. We'll do a combat. Perfect. Now the question is my clone have the item Nico Blaze? And he has reference to the item. Perfect! So the clone can do it. Beta, geez, I have a long way to go. I'll catch up eventually, though. Man, I feel like you got a lot going. Well, I mean, I haven't seen what you did, but I feel like you could easily open up just a little bit of exploring. Yes, it's true. I think alpha is generally like a prototype. They don't mean stuff like they used to anymore. Yeah, it's true. I think alpha's is like a... Yeah, alpha's like a really basic prototype. And then... Yeah. Yeah. I think mine is a little different, my way of it, but yeah, alpha makes sense. Alpha, beta, I mean, you could have even alpha, beta. What is it? What's C? Alpha, beta. Because it's... What is it? Oh, it is gamma. Okay, I was right. It's alpha, beta, gamma, delta is the progression of it. in the Greek alphabet. Yeah. Now there's just buzzwords in a big studio say, oh, no, don't be too mean to us. Our game isn't finished even though it's releases in 3 weeks. And then when you get to Zeta, you're obliged to ship your game. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think for me, the way I do it, or the way I interpret it, is alpha is like the prototype of it. Has some of the features, has it like sort of working or going. Beta is you have majority of the features, and that's when you're testing like the game loop. And then then gamma's like gamma and epsilon and things like that. I don't think there was more. Oh yeah, it's just the Greek alphabet. Yeah, just the Greek alphabet. Oopsies. Yeah, that's why people would refer to alpha and omega, because alpha is the beginning of the alphabet and omega is the end of the alphabet, so the beginning and the end. But yeah, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, psi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, and omega. Yeah, alpha is just equivalent to A, and the Greek alphabet. B is B. Well, sort of, because they jump. They jump a lot. JK, wait, I'm wrong about... Yes, you are wrong about Zeta. Zeta's only the fifth letter, and it's alpha and omega, or like the beginning and the end, and that's why a lot of references to those is key and key. What? X1 is number 9 is key. Oh, this one. The energy they used in Dragon Ball. Yeah, and that monks use. They use key points and ninjas. Yeah, and this is a T. Chi is a T. X Chi. X gonna give it to you. But yeah, a little bit of dead language. I also have to figure out why am I... So this guy hits hard. Like, watch, this guy's gonna die. Oh, he's almost dead. One more hit, and he's been killed. Dead. Okay, pick our dude. Oh, he's gonna take a big hit, but he's gonna do booming slash. Kaboom! The guy's dead. Fantastic. Okay, so, oh, he levels up. Cool. Okay, so what I gotta do is I do have to look at this. I need to, when we're doing this, I need to apply... I need to apply my bonuses. So what I think I need to do is I need to create a item bonus thingamabobber. Because these are my stats. These are all the stats that are important. So what I got to do is I got to add something that is going to retain base stats, and then I got to have item modified stats. Because then I also have to put in catch-alls for not giving my player negative numbers in any stat, because that will break stuff. I guess it is too... I guess it's too time consuming to release games off this. No wonder they only use alpha and beta. No, like Aries was right. Alpha is supposed to be feature complete, beta is supposed to be asset complete, and then you have release. But nowadays we have alpha-based games that are going into early access, where you don't have all the features and you don't have all the assets. Usually most games are beta-ish. No, I wouldn't even say that. I feel like they're like a alpha 2.5. Pre-alpha, yeah. Well, see, then there you go. So pre-alpha based on that would be like not feature complete. But I think like early access games are your like alpha plus, alpha 2.0, because it's like they don't even have all the features. It's all buzzwords. It's all buzzwords. Early access is a weird thing. Like I'm always back and forth on early access. I like the idea and I don't like the idea. We have pre-alpha multiplayer beta test. Pre-alpha multiplayer beta test. I kind of get that because it implies pre-feature complete. So like it's not feature complete, but our multiplayer is ready to go. And we want to test the multiplayer portion. Yeah, I know, it's a little weird. It's like a contradictory thing. Unless you apply alpha and beta to multiple parts of your game, then it's very different. Because it's like, oh, you're playing our pre-alpha alpha story mode. Just say development pre-release multiplayer stress test. That is a much better way to look at it. What? You getting some BG3? Some BG tree? I see, I'm boring. I'm so boring, I gotta go play some Baldur's Gate. Get back to the writing dojo. Get back to the writing, what's streamer mode? Be so confusing, man, I swear. No, again, don't worry about like the words. Do you quick DM him things that will get him banned? Oh, I see what you're saying on here. Where do I go to it? I go to my how do I make myself offline? It's here? I don't know. I'll just close Steam. Is Steam actually closed? Yeah, I knew Steam wasn't closed. Stream mode is a Discord feature that blocks... Yeah. It's a... Streamer mode is a Discord feature that blocks all of Discord noises and pop-ups. Yes, so I have that. But the thing is, this is what's it called? That wasn't a Discord thing. That was Oh shoot! No! Cancel. I'm using Sprite still. Crap. Oh yeah, that's why I have my Steam open. Back. Did you have a meeting? It should also block them from Steam pop-ups too, I believe. No, it doesn't. Disruption. Nah, it's okay. I'm just being silly. It's gonna go to the Google Doc and just, see how many days behind you are. Let's just look. What are we at? How many? We've got draft 1. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, never mind. 7. 7. I'm averaging 1 every 2 days. Averaging if I do 1 today. Oh, averaging 1. Are you heckling the free labor again? That's how it works. Labor's not free. Labor's not free. Okay, sorry. I gotta do this. I gotta focus on this thing because I have my items connect. My item data's there. I can extract the item data. So now what I gotta do is I gotta create a variant. The kicker is how should I put this when I use the battle system? Because I'm generating a thing. I think I just have to create a thing that'll set that. So we'll call a thing that so yeah, we disconnect here. Let's do a public void update base stats for attached, or I guess equipped item. So what this is going to do, this is going to take any data from the item and it's going to slap it onto the hero. But we need to do a thing before that. We need to have a holder for our base hero data. So max XP will get reconnected, this, all these things get recalculated. That's fine. So we're gonna go public int array. And it's gonna be base stats plus item. Okay. So it's gonna have the same array. It's gonna be array, and it's just gonna be numbers that I can switch through. Okay, so that's how I want to do it. So holds the base hero stats strength dex tough man CC and speed plus the equipped items bonuses. Bonuses? Bone? Something like that? Okay. So then we're gonna call this here. There's it here. So first things first, we need to set each thing. So we need to call we need to do each part. So we'll do it like this. String. Okay. So then what did I call that thing? No, because we're rewriting it. No. This is going to be different. This is going to be base. No, it's base stats. That's what we're going to call it. Base stats. So this is just the base stats. Yeah, because then if I do any modifiers to stats, I can always know what my base stats were. I think that's how I do it. This is the base stats. Holds the hero's base stats. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, when we awake. I also have to do this crap too at some point, but here. No, we have to call it. we'll set the base stats, whatever. I need another thing. That gets called first. Public void set hero base stats. Okay, I gotta do this first. So this gets called. What it's gonna do, it's gonna say base. What do I call it? What do I call it up here? Base. Oh, that shouldn't just be base. It should be base hero stats. So base hero stats. So the first one is going to be 0. It's going to be equal to strength. Okay. And then I got to do this a bunch. Because how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So boop, 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 boop. One more. Okay. And then this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be, I believe it's Dex is the next one. Dex, toughness, mana. DT, dexterity, toughness, mana. I think this is crit chance. Critical chance and speed. There we go. So the first thing we do is we call that. Yeah, we have to call that before we call this equipped thing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our current things and we got to add them to their corresponding person. So what do we want to do? Item data dot. Okay, so we do have speed, toughness. We have everything there. Okay, perfect. So then we're gonna go. My strength is going to equal to strength plus item data dot strength. Okay. The thing is, in this, I also have to put a check that if it drops it to a thing, it's going to be like it's zeroed. Wait, do I have any penalties for 0 strength? No, I do. So it drops it to 1. That's what it's going to drop it to. So then, if strength is less than 1, I don't even have to do much. I could literally do this. Strength is equal to 1. Oopsies, that's not supposed to be in here. That's supposed to be in here. There. Okay. So that's correct now. So this jumps our thing. I'll have to also put a debug, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. Only ones that can go to 0 would be crit, mana, and speed. Well, the other ones have to have a statement to make sure that they don't go to 0. Dexterity plus int dot dex, and then if dexterity is, obviously this is supposed to be less than. I did that wrong over here. Less than. NGL, if you wanted, you could have max HP go to 0. Hit him with a con damage. No. 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 Because the thing is, max HP is what calculates how many hits you can take before you die. So when your current HP goes to 0, you pass out. Then you have half your max HP in damage you can take before you are like dead. And in the simple fact that most of the time the enemy attacks before you, it's easy just to have people get one shot. Because like right now it looks really easy because the slime is like a 1/1/1 enemy. It only does 1 damage. But that first skeleton has 5 damage on it. So like a wizard dies in like 2 hits. Like dead is like just deleted after 2 hits. And the fact that in the current way it goes, leveling up won't spike your health in any real way unless one of your key stats is toughness, because I believe max health is a derivative of toughness. Let me auto mod, let me slander wizards. Oh, did I miss something? Filthy wizards. Interesting. I'll accept filthy. If filthy was the word that it didn't like. And then we got toughness. Man, that would toughness getting toughness to less than 1. This is equal to 1. I don't think it's filthy that it's blocking. Oh, really? No, it literally, the thing it highlighted was filthy. Filthy was the word that it highlighted. Yep. It was, and now you can say filthy all you want, because you could write they deserve, and it doesn't block it, right? I know there's a way that I can go and look back and I can uncheck things that I've checked. I can say filthy wizards get their deserve. Yeah. You can say all sorts of filthy is like available now. I guess I should just set the other ones to, they can max out at 0. Yeah, so it's the same thing. So then it's mana is equal to mana plus item dot mana, and then if I know it really doesn't like this, it wants to just do plus equals. It's like, why are you doing this redundant thing? It's because it helps me see how it works. Yes, I know plus equals is the same thing as you stupid. It's calling me stupid. Plus equals, is that what you're saying? Plus equals int data dot crit chance. You like that? It's coded better. Stupid code telling me what to do. But like, this is so redundant. Why are you doing redundant things? Because sometimes that's what I like to do. Okay, code? Okay, why do you gotta be so abusive about it. Code telling me how I'm like not doing it right just because you're just math. Okay, there, that's all of this. And then I'll do a nice big chunk of debug that will tell me all the changes that have occurred. Oh, wait. Shoot. I think I screwed this up. No, this is correct. This is just setting, yeah, it's setting whatever it is. It's going to be different when I unequip the item. If your code is so smart, then why can't it finish programming the game by itself? Yeah, well, it's not that smart. And then we'll do... So yeah, we've got all this, so we're going to go debug.log. Oopsies. I should really go name. Is it nickname? Nickname plus stats with item. It's going to be base hero stat boop 0. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Base hero stat plus this. Let's do a interesting little like this. It goes to that. And then this is strength. Oh, she's I need plus. Strength. Okay. And then I'm going to take this. Bump. That's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is dexterity. This is toughness. Oops, nope. Toughness. This is what? Mana. This is... Oopsies, I missed one. Strength, dexterity, toughness, mana, crit chance, speed. Okay, never mind it. Crit chance and speed. Not space, speed. Okay, cool. Should I make these actually like show my stats nicely? Or is it going to be one long script? Steve can't break the game with speed if Jamel forgets to program speed to the game. I see what you're doing. You can't break it. You can just have your first get that first attack in. If the active character is the high speed character. Maybe I will make speed also helpful for like switching. Maybe do something like that where a fast character can still get to attack first in the switch. No, I'm not going to change that. It's only for the first thing. It's for that alpha strike. You got to be the fast and furious for the alpha strike. Okay. So this does this. So Link speed to dodge. Do it. No. No. I am not linking speed to dodge. Also, I don't think there would be a way... Because, like, right here, you don't get to pick where points go. Like, you could implement a move like U-turn. What's U-turn do? Take a second to drink some water, ma'am. If you have like a nourishing snack, eat that too. It hits, and then you immediately switch. Oh, like your attack hits. Your attack hits, and then you have the option to like switch to someone else. That's kind of an interesting one. So the Mon you switch is getting hit by the enemy attack instead. The Mon you hit. So like you're hitting one, you're targeting one of their Pokemon. Real recognize real Aries. Real recognize real. Okay. Sure, I'm gonna go get some water and a granola bar. I'll be like right back. We'll do something real quick here. If I'm gonna go have a granola bar, or I'll bring it back. I'll eat it here, but I'll do something real quick here before I skibanaddle and come back. Go here and go. We'll do that one, I guess. And we'll do, I need this. Need this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit this. And then we're gonna start it.
Jamal lit his chair, keyboard king, no lie. Fingers trace the keys, code written to defy. Pixels come alive, a world birthed from scratch. Echoes of heroes, his dreams perfect match. Legends never die, in realms he designs. Dungeon depths echo while the algorithm shines. Sword slash sharp, magic fills the skies. Jamal's grind relentless, watch that phoenix rise. Monsters coded brutal, spawn with a sneer. Procedural chaos strike, terror instill fear. He balances the blade stats, nerfs a fire spell. A creator with purpose, digital tales to tell. Moppy stained notebooks, sketches on the side. Tiled crypt corridors where secrets reside. Debugging dragons, code breathes fire. Jamal's midnight oil fuels his empire. Every frame a painting, retro sprites glow bright. Pixel life glimmers, moon guiding his fight. Tracks looping epic, melodies in game speak. A fantasy clash where rogues and villains meet. Legends never die, crafted block by block. Echoes of heroes, breaking the clock. In realms he nurtures, humanity thrives. Forever in the code, his story survives.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, that was a lot shorter than I thought it was. I got water, and I got a little granola bar and a little fruity bar. What did I miss? Okay, your Pokemon uses U-turn. It hits for damage. It returns and you send out a new Pokemon. Then your opponent uses their move. Okay, so it's like... Okay. Pokemon usually turn goes first, then hits them, then switches out before being hit by the enemy Pokemon. The enemy Pokemon still does its attack move, but it's the new Pokemon you switch to. Okay. Yes, there's no dragons. I don't even know how. My dragon idea was that you fight the dragon. So it'd be similar to that wave thing, but how it works is you fight the dragon, and it's like the dragon starts off like maybe like sleeping. Right? The dragon's like sleeping here. And you come up with your Banums, your people. They start hitting it. Then it wakes up. I don't know why this is so small. So you hit it. It wakes up. Or you hit it once and it wakes up. And then so you have your dragon's head or whatever. Oh no, it wakes up and it stands up. And so it's like all you see is it's like its legs. It's like a dinosaur. And then it's got like its head somewhere up here you can't see. Right? And it's got wings. And then its attacks are like you're attacking its legs. Then eventually you beat the legs. And then the dragon like falls. And then you're fighting like it's like downed. Kind of. Something like that. And you're like fighting its head. Rawr. Blue Eyes Right Dragon. And you fight it. You fight its head. And then that's how it goes down. Be drawing. That's how bad my drawing is. No, I'll just wait. I'll wait patiently. I'll wait for him to come back. Oh, he's got 6 seconds. He'll be back soon. Just keep my garbage on one side. So this is the scope creep, but do you have different bosses, each having a different kind of gimmick? No. I didn't really want to do that. Like, this dragon was an idea I had before the wave gauntlet idea. So the dragon idea is just it's kind of more of a bigger art piece because it would have to have like it'd just be bigger. Could I have different gimmicks? The idea is the way I plan to code the boss battle scene. Yes, I want to code it generically so that I could have different gimmicks that bosses do. Not could you? I have no idea how you would. Do you? Not could you? No, the boss thing's not written yet. It's not finished being written. Right now the boss doesn't do anything. I have to finish writing the boss battle controller. Because it is an evolved version of the basic combat controller. My brain moves at faster speeds. It's the game dev perk. It's dyslexia. It's my dyslexia. Because do I have this dragon? No. Do I have all the other gimmicks implemented? No. Am I going to do any of them for this build? No. The Necromancer was always the end boss for this build. There's no other boss. No other boss, because this has I have the animations, I have the framework. Well, I have the idea for the framework. I don't have the framework all implemented. But it has all the minions. Like I said, the dragon one's different. Could I do it similarly? Could I use what I build? Well, that's generally why I build things in like separate chunks, so that I can reuse it. Okay, sorry, I need to do this. I was saying that, but you didn't read it correctly. You insert other words in there instead, which warped the entire meaning of it, of what I had written. Yes, that's because I don't. I have a thing. It's not dyslexia. It's It is called. It's called. No. I can't remember what it's called now. No, that's not it. But there's a specific term for it, where it's like I omit words. Pretty much, it's what you said, though. It's like I substitute words in that aren't there, and when I write, I omit words, and then when I reread it to myself, I reinsert the words. So that's why sometimes my sentences that I write are like really weird, where it's like, you read it, and you'll be like, this doesn't make sense, but then you'll like be like, oh, if I put a magic word that I have to come up with, if I stick it right here, oh, all of a sudden the sentence makes sense. That's how my dyslexia works. But yeah, so this is cool. This does this thing. We can call these functions. Oh, excuse me. Battle system. Now when we're generating our homies, start quest, set a battle ladder, create prefabs for ladder. That's where we want to go here. So this is a big one. This is where we were setting our current HP based on it. But the other big one we need to do is now we need to call our two other things. Wait. We'll create a clone of it. Nickname transform, give it the nickname, hold the transform, give it the current HP. Wait, does this also bring the stats though? You know what? I just need to check that. Am I actually giving? I need to see if I need to level someone up. Let's fight. Let's bash some fools. Actually, we'll just skip to a level up right off the bat. We'll go over enemy, grab you. We'll give your XP as 5. Click, click. Hurricane Slash. He's gonna level up. He's gonna have a stat increase. So he's got 24 health. So the big thing is, did your stats go up? Yeah, okay, your stats did go up. 10, 8, 11, 8, 16, perfect. Okay, we exit. We go to another fight. I took 1 damage right off the bat because I got attacked first. But now the big question is does this homie here He does. Okay, perfect. It does work. Okay, cool. Now, rename object to the world data name. So we're gonna do another thing is check if the hero has an item attached. So then it will go if clone, I guess it'd be clone dot get component unit, right, dot item game data. If it's not equal to null, we're going to call its same thing. We're going to call it clone dot get component. I really should change this. I can make it easier, but whatever. It's fine. Unit dot set hero base stats. So we do that first. Cool. Then we're going to go clone dot get component unit dot what did I call the other thing? Update base stats for equipment. Yeah, that's the one. Update base stats for equipment. Boom. So now when it creates them, it will increase their stuff if they have an item. Okay. We're so close. Oh, what did I miss? Once again asking you, please let me and a couple other proofread anything in your game. Trailer, marketing, any other material before you publish. I do believe it'll be great. I do second this opinion. Oh, big question. Not to distract current work, but what's your intake on the music for the game? Intake? Like what am I gonna do for music? Oh, I don't know. I'm always back and forth on it. Music's hard. Music's one of those things. I had like a person way back when I did my Kickstarter, I had a composer actually message me offering to like help with music. And I said, cool, I'm down. When I'm moving to like giving it to people, I'll like contact you and we can work out something. But yeah, I think either, because like I could do the music, it would just take time. But I think I would probably want to maybe outsource it a little bit. And I would want to keep it closer to, like, I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to, how do I put it? I don't want it to be, I don't know. I don't even know. I would like it to be kind of more in the pixel, kind of 16-bit. I would commission someone for it whose style you like. Yeah, that's kind of like the thing I'm thinking about. It's like I don't want it to be fancier than the art, if that makes any sense. Because I don't know of too many trying to do the music yourself and teaching yourself Fruit Loop is a massive undertaking. Oh no, I already know how to make music. I've done it before. I used to do it a lot. Way back when, like over 10 years ago, I used to make all sorts of beats and music. But the thing is, I think the thing is with it is that when you make it yourself, you can just inherently take a lot more time because you're trying to perfect it a certain way. But I feel like if you have someone else do it, because you're not as invested directly with the piece, you hear it and you're like, oh, that's dope, I want that. And it's like, it's good to go. But for me, it's like, oh, I might be like fiddling with it, adding a little bit here. Also, I don't think my own personal musical style works well for my game, if that makes any sense. Oh, audio software is pretty much all the same. It's like video software. Once you get your head around it, it's just the same stuff. It's all about the peripherals to make it like easier and faster to do. Like one of the peripherals that if I really wanted to do it, I'd have to get is one of those like mixer pads that have the buttons, so I can just be like tap 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 tap. You know, something like that would be good. But yeah, the problem is you can sit so long just like adjusting little frequency things, bringing up stuff. It's an art to itself to do, and yeah, it's a lot of work. See, that's the exact reason why I'm doing my OST myself, because I don't know, if I hear something I would like, I would just accept it as long as it hits requirements. Do want to hear someone to overlook and clean up. Yeah, it's... I think if you personally have... How do I put it? Like a sound in your head, I think it's really good to like maybe try to make a little bit of your own and then give it to a professional. And then be like, hey, this is the idea I have. Can you make this better? Or if you have reference material, that's really good too. But yeah. Let's do this. See if my stat stuff works. My people get stronger. Okay, you. Let's get you an item right off the bat, sir. Let's get you a sword. Boom, we've given you a sword. Okay, now I want to just check what that sword does. It just gives an extra 4 strength, so it's a pretty strong sword. It broke. What did it break? Why did it break here? Why did it break here? So, made prefab. Okay. Name is equal to... Does he... Oh, I know why. I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. Where is it? Base stats? 6. Yep, and now they're all updated. So they all have a space for 6 things. 5 elements, perfect. Okay, that was what I did wrong. I spent a good time learning the basics of music theory, but all in all, once everything is finished, I'm over for a cleanup. Yeah. Okay, we'll grab you, go to the item room, we'll get the Buster Sword, we'll equip the Buster Sword to him. Okay, now we do know that this should increase. He's plus 4 strength. His current strength value is 10, so he should spike to 14. And let's check here. Yes. Okay, he has an item. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I didn't leave a space. I know why. I'm like, okay, so 10 to 14. Silly me. Silly me. But it does do what it's supposed to do. So yeah, his stats did go up. Now the question is, if I finish this... Uh-oh. I think I can see a problem here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did I create a problem? No, I didn't. 14. Okay, okay. Whew. Whew. I thought I... Silly you tricks. Silly you tricks are for kids. You mean silly rabbit? Okay. Now let's see if we got a loot that's gonna do anything silly. Let's go with the helmet. Give you the helmet. Because I know the helmet does negative numbers. So it does negative dex and speed and then 6 strength. Okay, continue. He still has the normal stats. We're gonna go to a fight. Let's check. So his stats are still the same here, but then if we go here, -2 speed, that's wrong. It shouldn't do that. There shouldn't be no negative speed. Why did it go to negative speed? That's not right. Oh. Well, because I was silly and I didn't actually finish what I was supposed to do. This is crit. And then I literally just forgot the if. If speed is less than 0. Oh, wait. I guess this is all zeros. Yeah, if it's less than 0, not less than 1. Speed is equal to 0. But it looks like things are working. Joke didn't land. I must have read it out of context for when I was doing the stuff. Kabam! Booming slash! Oh! My bat's working. Okay. Dope. Perfect. This is what I wanted to see. So his base stats are still the same. Base stats are still the same. Level up. He's got 11 strength. So now when he goes into a fight, he should get a good... If we get a fight, he should have pretty thick power. He should have 15 strength. 15 strength. Perfect. Chef's kiss. It's working. It's working. Items work. Nice. Nice. That's good. Nice. Okay. Cool. That's great. The items work. The items modify stats. Perfect. If item... Disconnect item from hero. If item dot hero, no, it's not equal to nickname. Item data Oh, yeah, okay. So then this is, yeah. Well, that means I have to set it. Disconnect item data from hero. Yeah. I should probably have another one that's called like drop. Oh no, I could just have it on the item data. So it's just drop item and then it just clears the stuff. Set item name? No. Set replacement ability. I guarantee you may. What? I guarantee you my item won't work. From what I've overheard in drastically different than other item designs. What was your item again? What was your item do? Replace an ability. Oh yeah, you wanted to replace it with, yeah. Yours is a whole complicated kit and caboodle. Takes a move from another hero. Yeah, no, that one's a little bit effective multiclassing. Yeah, no, that one's gonna be not something implemented in this run. Unless I just make it a fixed ability, like I pick one ability, and whenever that item is equipped, your fourth ability just gets turned into it. I could do that. Actually, the easiest one would be replace one of your abilities with a heal. A self heal would be easy because that's like all built in. But yeah, yours is probably the hardest one to like. Not hardest one per se. This involves a little bit more stuff. Does it really though? If it overrides just the base ability, then it doesn't change anything, really. Because the abilities are generic and based on the base. Huh. You know what? It might not be actually as complicated as I think. Because, like, if we go here, because as long as it's not like an attack ability, I mean, it could even be an attack ability actually. It just would have to know which one it's going to be, because you have two attacks. You always have two attacks, and you have two abilities, and the abilities can be passives or buffs or debuffs. So if it like replaces an ability, then the word it would replace the base version would be something like shield or heal or something like that. And because a lot of my attacks and stuff just read the name and then do the effect, probably get fucked up when you start looking at, while keeping in mind your ability upgrade system or determine. No, it doesn't, because how it works is that you're upgrading whatever the base word is. And so what I'm going to do is that it depends. I either do a fixed thing where the word has only certain combinations it can add to it. But originally, I could do that. I don't know. Now you're making it complicated, making me think about it. Because originally how it worked was the character, the hero, had certain words that they could get. Right? So the hero themselves were locked to kind of not a build path, but like a build nebula. Right? So the idea is that each, and it's also just more for like adjusting animations and how things would work for like the art style, but pretty much it's the idea is that a tank hero, it's like choices of things will kind of devolve from in like that kind of range of still be a tank, but they could be like a magic tank or a healer tank, but it's like their main thing is still like a key part of them, and so the words you pick will only derive those certain things. Now, if you give a healer... New question. Why did you decide to go with my characters? Now, 4 fixed moves from level 1 versus my character learns new moves as they hit certain levels. I wanted to give the player diversity right off the bat. That's like you get choices right off the bat instead of. I definitely wouldn't have. They have only. My character knows 4 fixed moves, level 1, and my character learns new moves as they hit certain levels. Wait, new question. Why did you decide to go with my character knows 4 fixed moves? Yes. From level 1, yes. Versus my character learns new moves as they hit certain levels. So technically both are like the 4 moves, that's right. But they technically do learn new moves as they level up. Not every level, because right, it's like stats, word, stats, word, or maybe it's more than that, but so technically the aspect of learning a new move still occurs. It's just it's not a whole nother. I shouldn't say it's like it is a new move, or you could say it's a modified move. But modifying a move could effectively make it a completely different thing. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Because I didn't like the idea of fixed upgrade moves, like Pokemon, where it's like your Pokemon will always get, at this level, you get these options. You get these 2 options to choose from. Which one do you want? I always liked the, what's it called? HMs? Is that the one that's universal? I always liked being able to like really just change your moves. Like it's like I don't care what I'm gonna level up with. I want you to know Hyper Beam, and I want you to know this, and I want you to know that. Well, I guess some of those are TMs, and you can only give to certain Pokemon. But whatever. So that's the same with this. Is that I want it so that if 2 different people are playing the same person, they could have vastly different combinations of words to their moves. That would make each individual move very different. So that's like the big one. No, HMs and TMs are both. Really? I thought one of them was like a universal. Oh, I guess no. I guess you're right. HMs were. Well, one was more universal than the other, right? The only difference between HMs and are infinite use, and use world navigation, but TMs were single use. Okay. Maybe that's why I think HMs are always like the better one. But yeah, only certain Pokemons could use like cut, strength, fly. I had a Charizard. That's all it did. It's cut, strength, and fly, because it could learn all of those. It was like my mobility one. And you always have like a Lapras that has surf. What a terrible. Well, no, because it was a utility Pokemon. My Charizard, after a certain point, just became a utility Pokemon. There were better fire types. Or actually, maybe I just didn't use fire types as much. I'm trying to think what Pokemon could have the most HMs? Because you needed something for Flash. Waterfall. And is it crazy? I think Pikachu could learn Surf at one point, or you could HM Surf to Pikachu or something. Surfing Pikachu. Man, I'm thinking about like the first game, and I'm thinking how there were so many just traversal moves. And there's got to be way more now in like current generation. Oh my. Okay. Oh. So wait, is there no Pokemon move mechanic stuff anymore? Okay. So items work. Your item doesn't do anything. It's just not bound to, they have to know an ability in a slot. Oh! So it's just like a strong Pokemon can push things or break things. Carry you across across water. Okay. So like a water type can carry you across water. Not like it's like, oh, I can just take a Pikachu and ride its back across the river. HMs got super fucking bloated in Gen 3 and there were like 5 water navigate. Oh, okay, so it's just something that got bloaty. Okay, but we got some good stuff here. We got our bonuses. I'm probably gonna have to write a separate script now for move functionality. Because we have the attack name, the damage and the damage type, and then we have abilities, what their bonus gives, a fixed number, ability name, and we have passives, which passives just replace the ability, or if it's a passive ability, that's what it is. Healing amount, which I might have to change how that works. Weaknesses, resistances. We have the possible traits when a character is spawned. It has possible traits. Right now, I only have like one. This shouldn't even be in here. I should have a thing that like on awake, trait modifier check or whatever. Just think about how much I hate HMs in Pokemon. I'm glad they're dead. Wow, it's a little spiteful, but yeah, actually I should put that. I should put that here, I guess. So this will be, I guess it can be private. It doesn't have to be a private void. Check for traits. So then, and we put traits as in, how many do I give option? Oh. Traits the character could start with from the beginning. Oh. Keywords that give bonus / allow certain quest events. Oh, that I didn't use yet, but I could do this one. Especially when you... Whoa, sorry, I missed the... Now having like 8/24 of your Pokemon moves requiring you just so you move around the world was terrible, especially when you were trying to go somewhere, realizing, oops, I need a waterfall or flash or rock smash or something like you didn't have it in Pokemon at the moment, and then you either have to give up a move or go back to another Pokemon who knows it. Yes, that's true. I think it's kind of crummy. I think, yeah, it just being kind of locked. But then you're still kind of like that if it's locked to like a type of Pokemon. Like, what are the types of Pokemon you need for traversal now? It's just tired your bike. You get the 3rd gym badge, Pogs. You can ride your bike. What? Oh, well, that's another... This week has just been filled with a lot of text messages that have led to different plans. I thought I had plans. You get your 5th one. You can use fly to go back to the old towns. Come by my house sometime. I'll lend you Pokemon. Didn't I borrow your like thing like a while ago and had it for a long time and then I gave it back? You're like DS? So what? Sun and Moon had ride Pokemon that weren't in your party, but you could summon them to assist you in navigation. You want to surf? Okay. Chef would do that. You can ride like a jet ski. Wow, this is so much. Oh. You want to play Fire Emblem, and then Anna stole it for Pokemon. Oh yeah, she got super big into the movies or something. Your Pokemon are in movies, and she just kept playing them, trying to get her Pokemon the best possible role or something like that. Yeah, she got into it for a bit. Yeah, I got Fire Emblem. I played a little bit. There was a person I wanted to capture or whatever, get to my team, and then because I didn't do something, they died, and it's like, oh, you can't get them now. I'm like, what? Screw this game. Yeah, I don't know. She got into that, and she's like, look, my Pokemons are in movies. It's like early on, and it's like I think you're escaping the castle or something, and it's like a fight interaction or something. I can't remember how it works, but it's like you either have to fight them and not kill them, or stop them from killing someone else, or stop someone else from killing them, and you get them. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, I want this person, and then it's like, bleh. It's like, oh no, you'll never see them again. You never get them. I'm like, what? I'd have to start again. It's like this dumb. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So okay, items work. It's really good. What are you getting upset about? Object trying to be loaded during a domain backup. This is not allowed as it will lead to okay, so what's this? Serialized texture. Editor JSON utility dot from JSON overwrite serialized texture helper. I don't know where I'm using a serialized texture. This is like Unity backend code. They used to be way harder to recruit. I missed that. Fire Emblem games are baby mode now for recruiting new people. No, they're just made for people who don't want to have to restart their game. Actually, that's something I was thinking about adding. What do you think of this idea of literally giving the player a save scum button? Because I was playing Slay the Spire the other day, and you can like exit, save, and quit, but what it does is just restarts the battle you were last in. And I was like, man, I wish there was just a button when I could like just instead of going and clicking save, exit, and then going to continue, if from like the fight menu I could just be like restart fight. In most recent 2, you can't recruit anyone from the enemy team in battle. You can't recruit anyone, like during the battle you can't do any recruits. Can you add it to the demo and decide if you want to keep it later? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It depends. Because I need to save, I'd have to save. No, I guess I could. I could save the, because originally I wasn't going to have any saving in the demo. The only thing that it would retain is like the like total game stuff. So like if you're on a run in recent FE games, all your recruits are your friends from school. Just have to talk to them enough, or you just now can get someone and there's no recruiting. Oh. Wait, was I playing? That sounds like something I just played. Was I playing Fire Emblem? Or something similar to it? You're like a prince? I think I played it on something on Switch. And you're like or you're part of a royal family and you like gotta run away. And then you like go to an island and then it's like Unicorn Overlord? Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's exactly what I was thinking about. And that was the funny thing too. It's just like people just kind of show up and they join your party. There's no recruit. Yeah, I used to be your old sword teacher, and oh, we used to go to high school together, and I'm your little best friend who grew up to be, big anime waifu. I didn't get that far. Well, I mean, maybe I was only playing the demo, but like it just kind of started feeling tedious. It didn't engage me as much as I thought it would. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of, it's all of chapter 1. Yeah, I don't know. I got like kind of bored of it. So, yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to think. What else is like a good thing? I'm gonna have to go make food, but we're making it a pizza night tonight, even though normally pizza night would be Thursday night. Closing the game loop is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty close. Honestly, it's a closed game loop without the boss. Once the boss is done, then you could do the whole thing. Okay, that is a closed game loop, but it's not the appropriate one. So right now, items work. Boom, we're happy with items working. The next big one is leveling up the actual moves so that it rewrites them, and then modifying the combat to use the new words. That would be another big chunk of the loop. Then writing, which is still sitting here, writing the enemy combat AI, which is a whole nother kit and caboodle of stuff. Because that's another one. Because I have to also, enemies' move pools are very small, and it's actually going to be a lot more, it's a lot simpler than the character ones, because they don't have compound moves, unlike characters that have compound moves, where it's like, you could have a move that theoretically does like 3 different things. It could be a damage, a buff, and, well, maybe not that many. It could be a damage and a utility. Because if it's like fire, shift, slash, something like that. So fire is an element type, which could provide a dot. Shift is like it's like that U-turn kind of thing, but it's probably going to force the enemy to switch guys. And then your strike or whatever is going to do whatever damage type it is. So it's damage, utility, and a dot. Pizza night is a good night. Does losing all your heroes right now trigger the game over screen? Yes, it does. That's actually the only way the game over screen is triggered, is if everyone's dead. I mean, you're making an RPG roguelike. Most of your battles are not going to be a close battle. They're going to be, there's a drain your resources because you're playing a game of attrition. Yeah, that's why the basic enemies, that's why there's 2 AI combat systems. There's like a basic enemy one, which is for like pretty much everything. Actually, there might even be, no, I think I'll only make 2. I was thinking about, I'd have to make 3. Fuck. Because there's one for basic enemies. They literally pick from either a damage attack buff or debuff style attack or a utility attack. There's no compounding. They just get one of those things and they just pick which one they're going to use. And most of the time it's like, it's going to be dumb. So it's like, I'm just going to use an attack. I'm going to use an attack. I'm going to use a buff. You know, something simple. Then there's the second combat system. That one is so that I can take a hero unit and make that an enemy. So then that one is complicated as heck, because that one does have to use compound moves, and we'll have to kind of play a little bit smarter. And then technically the last one would be the boss one, but I think the boss one will be tied into just the boss levels. I shouldn't tie it into the boss level. I should tie it into... I should make its own. Because then I can use the boss level to make, like, a hero gauntlet to fight all the past heroes. See if you can kick the crap out of all of them. So... But really, there's not that much. Oh, actually, that was... You know what I wanted to ask you? I know you probably... I don't know if you're thinking about it, but... if you wouldn't mind, I'm sure you love to share your opinion. But like this scene here, this is not where, again, remember your hero choice scene will be a different scene. It'll be before this. But like this, like, pick your path. So you can make events that make the boss appear earlier or later. I could do that. It would not be harder. It would not be hard to implement, because all that would do is either it would change the boss, I'm gonna call it boss timer, because I originally thought I'll just make it a fixed point where the boss shows up. But now that I'm thinking that I might make it so that the choices can be a little bit broader, so you might go a lot more like floors per se before you hit the boss, but there's a counter that's going to be applied, and once you hit that counter, then the boss triggers. But like you said, an event, let's say there's an event that's like, you know, oh, you see a suspicious door or something, and you like open it. Well, that might be a thing that skips you to the boss kind of deal. I really love mirrored things. So, you give the exact same context. Like, oh, you find a suspicious door. It's got glowing eyes or something. And then your character does a check. It can either be a dope-ass treasure room that gives you, like, really good treasure, or it just takes you to the boss. Something like that. I like that, so, because it's the same thing with one item. I think you were here for the bone item. I love it, and it works the way it's supposed to. Oh shit, let's do this. Let's pick someone. Let's go to an item room. Let's see if I get the bone. Actually, I can just make it happen. Here. So you see the bone? So look at this bone. The bone, right? It's a white bone. Looks nice, the bone. You take it. It becomes the black bone. And then, I still haven't written the code for this, but pretty much the bone is a cursed item. So when it's equipped, it cannot be unequipped. And it lasts, what did I call it? It lasts 5 in-game turns of combat, and it just sets all your stats to 1. Oh, so funny. Yeah. Yep. It just sets all your stats to 1. So that person has this locked item, and all their stats are 1. I like the idea of cursed items in D&D, but you may need to write to force it to be equipped. You need to write code to force it to be equipped to someone. The lead character, for example. No, so I do have to write the code. It's not hard. It's literally just making it so you can't take it off. Right now there's code that says, oh, if you do this, you're removing the item from the person. Okay? That's my drop item or disconnect item. So what it would do is that this would trigger a thing. It's like if this item, if this keyword, because I'm gonna use the keyword slot, or element, or I'm going to use one of these slots. It's going to be like, oh, if it says cursed and says like something like lock hold or something like that, it's going to read it. It's going to be like, oh, this is a cursed locked item. Okay. Now we just don't allow the return. Like right now I can take it off and now it's not connected. You can see here that it's not being held by him. I put it back here. It should be held by him. Oh no, it's this one. Whatever, it'll get saved, but pretty much, yeah. Here, we grab this guy. Yeah, it's being held by Sir Rick. Held. If I do this, boop, it's not held by Sir Rick. So what it would be is that it would force the code that removes it when I change slots. That doesn't happen anymore. And then when the item loses all its durability, which durability just ticks down each turn, it will remove itself. I'll probably just straight up delete it, because right now it would be in this holder, it'd just be gone. You wouldn't have it anymore. But the thing is, I was thinking I would have 2 bones. I haven't created the other bone, but the other bone's the opposite. And it's like, it's a bone, and you get it, and then it's like, for 5 turns, you get like a big buff to all your stats for as long as you hold it. And it's the same thing. It's locked to that person for 5 turns. So, initial thoughts. Why would a player ever equip it in the first place? That's the mirror thing I was just saying. Right now, it immediately shows you that it's a black bone. This is only going to change once it gets equipped. So there'll be a trigger to change the icon when it's equipped. But it's like the first time someone plays it and they don't know, they're like, oh, what does the bone do? And I think that's what I got to put here. I want it to be, you know, like in D&D or whatever, attuning to an item. So how it would work is that you only see the stats when you put it on a person, and then it would say like, oh, this item. And I think that's what I'll maybe do here. This is what I want. I want to have like the item data, item info displayed here. So it'd be like, oh, this item gives you this, this, and this. And then if it's like cursed, I might make it so that it's like once you put it in here, this just like locks out. Like there's like the red border, or maybe even cool like a tenderly. Oh, that's just art stuff. But you know, the cursed items just kind of do like a cool thing, and it's like locked, and you're like, ah, crap. I like the idea if being determined as part of an event that gets forced onto one of your party members against your will if you're unlucky to fail. Theoretically, that could be done, actually. The only problem with that, though, and this is where I'm like, I thought about it. You could use it as if you survive the bone, you get a reward, but that's way less interesting to me. So I can do that. The only no, I guess it's not really an issue. I could just, yeah, no, actually that wouldn't actually be hard because it already exists in the script. I would just force the bone to become equipped, and whatever you have equipped just gets dropped to your to your hold, right? Because each hero has 1 equip slot and 1 holds, like a backpack slot where it's like they carry the item. So yeah, so whoever takes the challenge, if they fail, they get slapped with a cursed item. But I would have to. The thing is, it would also have to be written in a way that lets the player know, talking to you, Josh, that if it's a cursed item, it's like, oh, you see like a maliciously glowing sword. Do you pick it up? And then you have to take like some sort of check, maybe a mana check or a. Wait, you don't have a party inventory screen. You have individual party inventories. No. This is the party inventory screen, but I only have 1 party member right now, so I only have their slot and their 1 backpack slot. If I go continue, and so like I can get another piece of loot. We'll grab your crystal, and we'll put this here. Oopsies, put the bone here. And we continue. We'll grab another person. And we'll go. I need another person. Can I just cycle to another person? Here, let me cycle another person. There we go. Another person. And then we can go item again. Pick another item. So now we have the 3 spots. So every person can be given an item, and then we kind of have 3 empty spots. And then that's if you need to like swap stuff, because you can swap here, you can swap here, you can slap him here, which something's wrong with my last hold location. But yeah, so now these items are not being equipped by anyone, but they're held. So if I continue, I'll get another item, get a sword. Now we have 4 items. Right now I don't have the code to like be like, oh, do you want what the heck? I don't even understand what this means. Okay, whatever, people are dumb. Yeah, what did I go? So it's a party inventory system. Yes, so you're just limited to the number of storage slots, to the party size. Yeah. So what happens if you have 4 items in storage and 2 players die? Which items are discarded? So in that case, I would have it if 2 players die and the items are not equipped by anyone. So like, or let's say it's everything's full, right? Let's say you have, everyone has an item and you have items in storage. When that person goes, so they lose the item that they were carrying, 1. If it's like a flee condition where you ran away, then it'll most likely drop based on their, because these are numbered based on these numbers. So it would drop based on that number. If not, if it's like 2 people died and you won the battle, you would come back to here with all the items, but then it would like be like you have to get rid of, whatever. You have to fill, you either have to equip some stuff or you have to like throw something away because you can't carry it. Party inventory system's a good take. It may become overwhelming though in terms of GUI design if you tend to expand upon equipped items in the future. I don't plan on it. I do not want to have a lot. Actually having a carrying slot was more than I wanted. I wanted people to only be able to carry 1 item. But I realized that's kind of it's not fun. Like, because the thing is, what if you get a really cool item and no one in your party can use it right away? It'd be kind of crummy to just like lose it. Finished my whole cooking chef/waiter custom loop. Now I'm at the how do you make this fun part. I feel like having elaborate plan systems can be a bit of a red herring when import part is actually fun. Well, I mean, okay, if you already have your loop done, so you have chef, waiter, and customers. So what choices do the player have to make right now? Because you get your little pop-up of saying, person wants X meal, right? Because like even it just being you being a waiter can be fun, where it's like person has X meal, you got to go up to that person, you got to get the meal, you got to get the order, you got to go back to the kitchen, you got to give the order. Oh, someone's done the plate, you got to run over there and grab the plate, and you got to, that small thing. It's not like you're doing anything extra. All you're doing is making your person move around to do that stuff, and trying to plan your like order of like where do you go first? Like, do you have a maximum number of plates you can carry? So it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna hit that guy, get his order, then I'm gonna hit up 3 plates. Or maybe you can't take an order if you're carrying plates, right? So it's like, oh, okay, so I'm just wondering how much juice just makes this fun. I don't think, honestly, if you already have like a very basic loop, you just add small constraints to it so that a person has to make decisions. If there's choices to be made, it can easily be made fun. If there's stacking choices, so it's like by making this choice, I prevent this choice, then you're looking for choice optimization, where it's like, oh, what's the optimal course for me to get around the restaurant? Players will not notice intricate systems until it becomes a problem, to be frank. Your fun factor won't be thought of on the terms unless someone actually cares enough to dive deep. Yeah. I think a game like yours is definitely about how can I optimize, like let's say there's a how long the restaurant's open timer. It's like how many people can I serve in that timer, and that's like my goal, my points. And if you're like the be all for like the server stuff, so if you're taking orders, picking up dishes, serving food, making sure the food gets like served before it gets cold or whatever, and then maybe like dealing with like, I don't know, spills or something like that. Maybe something happens and you make one tile, oh, it's wet, so if you walk by it with dishes, you're going to drop some dishes. Or if a customer walks in and slips on it, they'll like immediately leave. They're like, no, I'm not going to come and sit and eat. They won't notice it unless it's a problem, which is a problem when you're making it. That's true. I'd start small. Or just send it my way. Can you make it a build? Let me play it blind. Don't tell me what I have to do, and let me see if I can figure it out. Do you have like an end loop, like an end of day kind of thing? Because if you have the kitchen, but there's not much to do. No. So there's no end right now. There's no like, okay, you've been playing for 10 minutes, now the restaurant's closed. The AI is all in. I don't know. I personally, I'd have to see it to see how your AI, what they do. But I think just being trying to be like a busy server is like the first place to start, unless that's not what you want your game to be. Right? I think the fun idea of like running around and like we can fight off rats. Is there a stinky restaurant? Well, I thought also, are you going to have a portion that's like go hunt for monster food, monster meat, or monster like I thought you wanted to have also like a dungeon crawl portion. Want to. Because then you have two different game loops, right? So I personally think if you have two different game loops, one should be like kind of, but I want to make the restaurant part kind of fun and finish it in one way. So then which one is going to be the stressful one? Is being in the dungeon going to be stressful, or is going to be being in the restaurant? So you pick one to be like, this is going to cause stress and anxiety, and like people are going to have to like make decisions quickly, and the other one takes input from that just takes input from the dungeon. That just takes inputs from the dungeon. I agree with that, I believe. Yeah, because like if the dungeon is like it's like a planned. One should be plan execute, and the other one should be like stress. Because planning and executing something is pretty chill. You know, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then this is optimal, and this is gonna work. It's gonna be great, and then you just let it run, and it does its thing. And I personally think I'm always happier with planning. I feel like it's more relaxing, and then it's like city builders. You know, you're just doing kind of like, oh, I'll do this, I'll get that. But something like I think Vampire Survivor or something that's like, oh, shit's happening. Okay, I gotta move. Oh, I gotta make a decision. Oh, I gotta move. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Or like Helldivers. Hey, it's like it's planned to go over there, and then all of a sudden it teleports friggin' 17 walkers And you're like, why do they keep teleporting in walkers? And you're like, we don't have any heavy weapons. Why does it keep having a plane come and do friggin' drive-bys on us? Like, the restaurant is a system that is just taking inputs from the dungeon. I can plug anything into the restaurant. Ideally, I would like to have the restaurant fun because dungeon is too big a scope. I'll have a restaurant game. Then I would make the... Speaking of Helldivers, you missed Democracy yesterday. Yeah, no, yesterday was a long story. So, then if you want your restaurant to go that way, I would recommend making your restaurant a plan and execution type game. So it's like you start the morning of opening the restaurant, and maybe all it is assigning staff. You assign what staff is going to do what, and maybe staff have their own like stats or like speed or politeness or something like that. And all it is maybe you have like a large staff, but people might call in sick, so your staff kind of rotates, and maybe that's what it is that you have to plan your restaurant staff. So at the beginning of the day, plan your restaurant staff. You pick who's going to be in the kitchen, who's going to be a server, who's going to be a busboy or a bus person. Maybe a greeter or someone who tells people to sit at tables. That could be like more levels in, but whatever. And then each day you might have, we have like, it's, Betty's day off, so Fred's here, right? And the planning aspect and then execute, and then it runs the day. And you might have to make changes on the fly, but really it's not like too much input. Then you go to the dungeon, and the dungeon would be where you have a lot of input. Thing is, that's the thing, is if the dungeon doesn't become a thing, then you'd have to put more choices into the restaurant, I think. Because I feel like you could have the restaurant as like its own thing and you could make the restaurant really fun with just making it like a server quest or whatever, and then you could make your dungeon like a gacha game where it's like you just roll and then you gotta like deal with what it's gonna come up with. So it's like, today we got a silver dragon. Perfect. This is gonna be great for customers. We're gonna be able to like sell a bunch of these plates. But then what happens when the silver dragon only makes 10 plates and everyone's asking for silver dragon? Maybe you have to like, but we also have fried whale. In my opinion, I would go hard on the restaurant mechanics, then dial back a bit on the dungeon, or have it where the dungeon powers the restaurant by keeping it up and running. Yeah, I honestly, if you have the restaurant stuff done and you have AI and movement and everything, I'd go hard into the restaurant build. I just try to make the restaurant as fun as possible, and then the dungeon peripheral can just be a source of resources. It could be a very simple game. It could even be a card mechanic. It could be like a peggle kind of thing, where the dungeon's like it almost looks like a peggle board, and you're like just sending your staff into the dungeon. They're like boom, 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 and then they come out with whatever they come out with, and then your day starts, and you have to take whatever you have to make recipes or make plates, and it's like, oh shit, that's spicy right there. You get random stuff, right? And then depending on what staff you get in, they can get better stuff. And then you like, okay, I have this much of this meat. I can make 10 plates of this thing, but I need this other. So it's like you have to, the restaurant be the fun part now. I feel like the dungeon might be a lot. Yeah, no, honestly, you have all the art and everything for the restaurant. Make the restaurant the focus. And make the dungeon maybe just a source of materials. Or like Ethereal was saying, make it like a way that it's like fueling but like I think a source of materials in a very simple manner. Something low stress, like a peggle thing. What is it called? The Saka. You could make the ball game, the Saka ball game, where you have to like drop the balls, and then the bigger the thing, it's like yes. So the items that you're dropping in or that they're dropping in are like materials for like food. And it's like if you know you're like, oh, I really want to make this dish, you need more of another, like a specific thing. So it's like I need a lot more of this weed grass, or I need a lot more of this meat. And then at the end, whatever you get, it's like maybe it's like a backpack instead of like a like it's a backpack. Yeah, the idea is it's a backpack, and you're filling your backpack, so you don't see what they're fighting, but you're filling it with stuff. And you're trying to get better things and bigger, and the bigger they are, maybe either it increases. Oh my gosh, I'm just like going ham on this idea. Yeah, so then that's a fun thing. It's very low stress, and you're also working towards something you already kind of know what to do. And then that's the end of your dungeon thing. Come back to your kitchen. You're like, okay, these are the plates we're gonna have, and you maybe you need to stretch something a bit thinner. You're like, oh shit, you know what? We can't make this 5-star dish, but we can make a lot more of these 4-star, and maybe I don't know. Maybe your restaurant works on a weekly schedule where it's like you know that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you get certain customers, and then Friday and Saturday you get certain customers. So it's like, oh, on a Friday night we're gonna get the hammered adventurers. Like that's who we're gonna get. So they're gonna want meat. They're gonna want beer. On a Monday maybe it's like, oh, we get the elves. They want their like vegan meals. You know, on a Sunday it's like dwarves. They're like, if you don't have hardcore like booze, they're not gonna drink, right? So then you know, so that's another planning thing. It's like if you're going to the dungeon every night or whatever, morning, day, whatever. But it's like you have restaurant day, then you have dungeon, and that sets you up for the next day. So then if you know, oh, tomorrow's Friday, I better go into the dungeon and get a lot of silkworms because they give meat or some shit. And it's like, oh, I need to make sure we kill a bunch of dragons so we can have meat for Friday night. I favor this and Mad Meat Eater. I don't have drinks yet. I didn't want to go too complex for that. Whatever. So again, it doesn't even have to. I just put drinks because I feel like alcohol is one of those like interesting combination. It literally could still be the meal. It's just like, oh, it's like steak and mead is the meal, or steak and wine, right? And it's like you have these pairings. And then now it's just making me think of like Breath of the Wild, when you just throw a bunch of stuff in like a thing and you're walking it, and it's like, what did I get? Do-do-do-do-do. Man, I want to play your game right now because I'm thinking about all these ideas. Yeah. Monster Hunter, everyone. Oh man, honestly, the cats making food. That's like. I don't know why I really love that. Drinks could be temp passives for the server night. Yeah. Man, you could do all sorts of cool stuff. Because do you have a stat set for your AI? Or for your NPCs? Do you have like a stat thing for your NPCs right now? Do they have any stat criteria? Like movement, carrying capacity? No stats yet, but there will be. Yeah, okay. So then that would be where you'd focus on the, I guess, the planning part, right? Oh man, now I think you need to have races, like different race. So if you have like a dwarf staff, they're hardy, so they can carry like a lot more plates. And then if you have like an elf, they're like fast, they're swift, and like they have a buff that they don't slip, like they won't slip on stuff. A human's just got, you know, the generic, they're okay at everything. Oh, and then you get like specialty characters like a dragonborn, and they can do like, they can finish, like they can reheat food. So if it's cold, they can bring it to the table. They can like fire breath it before giving it up. The functionality of the customers, waiters, and chefs are there, like ordering, cooking, cleaning up dirty plates, etc. Yeah, honestly, if you want, if you want, we'll do like a call later, and you just give me a rundown of what you've implemented, and I could like smash out within the constraints of what you already have, what factors, what variables could be added, or just within that, modifying the variables you already have to make diversity. And yeah. And then, like I said, the Sack Wacka Wacka Bomb game as your dungeon, and boom, bang, boom. Because, yeah, I like working in the constraints of something. It's fun. He gave me enough ideas right now. Not sure I want to go too ham. I need to try some things and find what's fun. Also remember, this is the one thing. Fun is relative, and I think you'd be surprised that something that you might make. It's actually I don't know if you saw the one guy I was talking to earlier today on stream. The guy I rated before I went to lunch. I don't know if you caught the part where he was talking about his first game that he released. Is he still streaming? No. Red Cabin Games. About... Where's his game? There's his game. So this dude, right, whatever. We go here, and we look at his first game. And this is the game he released in 2021. And he said, oh, I didn't think it was that fun. But this is what he kind of made on that game. Now, again, who knows if that was all made at the beginning or if that was made over the last, 4 years. Right? But that's the thing. You sometimes get too close to your own development. Don't give you a scope creep. You get too close to your own development and you stop seeing the fun because you know how everything works. That's the dangers I've come to learn, because I've made little games and I've shared it with people. Not you guys, because all of my gamer friends are dicks. But and it's interesting what a person might find entertaining. But yeah, I should go and make pizza. Yeah, too many DLC add-ons with this guy. Don't let him give you scope creep, lol. Well, ideally I want the one more night feel. One more night. Oh, like one more, yes. Ooh, okay. Whatever I can do to get here is what I want. Yeah, one more night feel. Yeah. I get what you're saying with that. It's like one more run, one more level. I think the solid execution of the kitchen part, maybe having to... Yeah, solid execution on the kitchen part is like a big one, because the dungeon part is just going to be the resource. It's going to be how you get resources for your restaurant. So either make it playable or make it not playable. It could be literally, like I said, it could be a card system, a dice system, like you don't want it overtly random. You want to give the player some sort of choice. Maybe like all the choices are random, but like they get to pick what they take. Do I have Hawaiian? I wonder if we have a Hawaiian. I'll have to check. If I have a Hawaiian, maybe I'll make one of those. But yeah, that one more night thing, I feel like not knowing what you're going to get is like the kind of thing, because you might get something really good and you're like, oh man, I can make this next server night really good. Do you plan on having any leveling mechanics? Like, do your NPCs get better? Or do you can either have them get better, or you can just have more? If you saw, but I posted another image on the Discord. Who? Equipment from the dungeon, yes, and special staff from it. Oh, okay, so you can have... Do they replace... Do the special staff replace, or are they an add-on to your team? Oh, you got some ears and some wiggly hairs. Where's my here? Special customers. Level mechanics may add too much depending on the scope. Replace spots. Okay. Now are they like are the replaced spots like permanent, or are they like a short time they come in and they work? Because if they're like permanent, okay, probably permanent. So does that mean you could then make like a master team pretty much? Like you get all super special dudes? Okay, specialists? Okay. You hire specialists, okay. Okay, then that's then that. So okay, so they're really good at one thing. Yeah. Okay. Do you plan on having a unit cap? Like how many people? I think you said you only wanted like a couple kitchen people, but like how many like total NPCs besides not customers? You don't know yet. Oh, okay. Do you know? Are you using the same floor plan for your restaurant? There's a plate cap. Oh, okay. So is a plate cap derivative to number of customers, or just a flat plate cap? Like, oh, these plates have to go back before we can put out more plates. Like, let's say you have like 100 plates is your cap, and you have 50 seats, and like the night starts with 10 clean plates. And is that number ever going to go up? Because if you 10 clean plates and you seat like 5 people. Oh yeah, I know. I hear them screaming upstairs. Okay, I gotta go. You gotta manage how to run things to make sure they don't run. Yeah, I love that. I love that. See, I love that limitation. That little limitation on the plates is fantastic. Have a specialist who's like cleans things faster. That makes it fun. And also like path distancing, like how far a plate is to get it back to the kitchen and then food out. Yeah, you're back. I'm leaving. I hear you. I'm coming. Oh, they're yelling at me. They're yelling at me. I'm gonna go here. They're yelling at me. Okay, no, they're coming downstairs. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, peace out.